Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Vostok Inc. So there's been an interesting trend lately with incremental games. It depends on what you want to call them. Incremental games, idle games, cookie clickers. There's all words to describe it. It's a type of game that kind of plays itself, kind of, sort of. And you come back in and just kind of click on a few things and just sort of manage it from a high level. Well, lately I've seen a couple idle games, Vostok Inc. being one of them, another one being Hades Star, which I might cover a little bit later, that are taking the normal idle game genre, if you will, and blending it with another genre in the middle. In this case, we've got a idle game / twin stick shooter. The idea of this is to make lots and lots of moolah, and to then spend lots and lots of moolah on various upgrades for your ship, as well as upgrades for the planets to make even more moolah. That's how idle games usually work. You make some to produce some more factories, which then produce more stuff, which then gives you more money, which then allows you to upgrade your factories, which then it's just a constant wave there. So I'm going to play a little bit of this since it's intriguing with the whole twin stick shooter thing. I have a few bits of feedback here. I've played a little bit off camera just to kind of get into it. I think I'm at level 5 right now, so I have a better idea of what's going on. Right now we're at the mothership, and here's where you build a bunch of upgrades if you want to. For instance, environment upgrader gives you a radar upgrade to see environmental objects on the radar. The sun indicator, which gives you sun positions on your radar, and mother base distance, that's what it is, distance indicator, and all those things. A lot of these are to upgrade. This whole page is to upgrade your radar, which in the game, the radar is not the greatest. Probably because they want you to upgrade a lot of things, but at the same time, it's still, even with some of the upgrades, it's not really that particularly great, as well as any enemy indicators and stuff. I have the upgrade that shows me managers. That's the little yellow triangle you're seeing on the thing there, and then also planet indicators. So I can pick a planet in the solar system here in the solar system indicator, and then I can track how to get to it. Instead of having, normally without this, you have to actually follow the orbital track. Like, it'll tell you, okay, Mars, and then it'll have an arrow pointing towards it, and you gotta like follow the entire track of the orbit to finally catch up with the planet. Now this will actually give you a little bit more of a indicator as to where to go on your mini-map, at least. So you can see I've got all the planets unlocked here in Sol System. Eventually we have to find a wormhole to take us to another system, but for right now, you can see I've got a bunch of things with upgrades here. I've got factories on Neptune producing moolah. So what happens is, what I need to do, and there's happiness factors and all that stuff and bonuses. So what I need to do is actually fly to Neptune and pick up some of that moolah, and then I can either go somewhere else, or I can use it right there to upgrade. Same with Uranus and Saturn and Jupiter, Mars. You can see I'm producing a ton, so I really need to jump over there and actually pick up some of that stuff. Anything I don't use will just go into my bank, and then I can just use it to on another planet. So, but you do have to visit them from time to time to go use it. It doesn't go into a central bank. You have to actually go there and pick it up. So you can see the inner planets I've got going pretty good. It's the outer planets that are a little bit slow right now. You can pick up executives, and you can pick up other middle managers. Those are the ones with the yellow triangle there. They all give you little bonuses. The executives will actually stick with you in your if you get shot down in your escape pod, they'll actually stay with you. Any middle managers, though, will not be able to sit in your escape pod with you, so they will die straight out. So, you know, things like that going on. This is the ship upgrade screen. There's all kinds of upgrades, as you can see. I need trillions upon trillions of moolah for these things, so I haven't done really much of anything except increasing the energy and the health a little bit. Actually, I could increase my energy to level 1 there. Increase the health a little bit. Let's do that. That seems like a good thing. Boost costs I probably should increase too, because that does cost a lot of energy. So your energy is both your afterburner and your shield. So it's if you use it up, you don't have a shield for you, and so on and so forth. We got weapons upgrades, which I haven't upgraded anything yet. I don't have the money for it just yet, but this is my normal gun. And then back to the radar. Let's get into the actual gameplay itself so you can see what's going on here. So if I want to go to Mars, you can see I have to follow the orbital track because I didn't actually select it on there. If I go and select Mars, it'll now tell me exactly where to go. It's up here a little bit. So if I hold down the afterburn, you can see it uses up my energy. Again, the energy is both your afterburn and your shield, so you don't want to use it up too much. And then we'll come down to Mars here. You can see I've got 20 factories or 20 mines going and 10 farms. This little pop-up guy that's supposed to help you is annoying as hell. It's the most annoying thing I think they've ever could have put in a game like this. And I really wish there was an option to turn it off, because I've turned the sound down as much as I can, because it's literally will bore a hole in your skull after a while. But there's no way to actually turn him off entirely, because he really has nothing important to say after you've played the game for a little bit. He'll just constantly pop up and just be annoying. He does pop up when there's story. There is a progressive story that goes along here. In order to get to the next system, I need to actually kill the boss of Soul. So there's, every time you level up, you get a little bit more story about it and trying to find him and all that stuff. So he's kind of useful then as far as narrative, but for the rest of the game, he's just really annoying, and I really wish it wasn't even part of the game, or I could turn it off or whatever, but I can't. Let's get intensive farming going here. So we've got some upgrades going. We'll get that going. And so just like any idle game, if I hit Y, I can toggle how many things I'm going to purchase. So I can go from 1 to 10 to 100 to the maximum based on how much money I've got. So I'm just going to go purchase, what do we got, 20 mines? Let's purchase 10 more mines. There we go. We're at 30 now, so we're producing a whole lot, 60 moolah per second, or 63.2 with the bonus. So that will continue forward, and now it's just from there we can go to Earth and pick up some stuff here. And then as we go along, you haven't seen any yet, but as we go along, we will encounter enemies, and the game is not shy about really pestering you as far as enemies are concerned. Like, once they start spawning, it'll just constantly keep spawning them in the same area. It gets a little bit, it will give you a bit of a break from time to time, but you have to go through a lot of enemies before you finally get a little bit of a break. So if you're on your way somewhere, it can be really freaking annoying. Let's buy 10 more mines here. We don't have enough for 10 more farm plants, but we don't need those right at the moment. Let's see. We have a lot to collect on Venus, so let's do that if we can. There is a like an asteroid occasionally you'll see. Loads of money we just got. There's an asteroid that will occasionally show up that you can fire on that will eventually give you gold and whatnot, or moolah, I'm sorry, to be used. We'll see that if we come across it. Let's get 20 more farm plants. I think that sounds like a good thing there. And then Mercury. We're not too far away. There we go. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of management here and there, coming back and forth. These I can't do anything with yet, so I will... This one's like 50,000, right? Okay, so let's just buy 10 more mines. And that's all we got. Got a building unlocked. Real estate now. So I can actually put some real estate on Mercury if I want to. It's weird that I unlocked that, but I didn't unlock power station. I guess... Oh, you need at least 24 farm plants among six different planets. Oh, I see. Okay. So eventually I'll get to that point, but not yet. All right. So let's go to... We'll head to Jupiter, but I assume I'm going to stay loose here because we're probably going to get attacked as we head out there. I'm going to spend some time on the map instead of hoofing it, as it were. So far, the game has not given me anybody to fight, which is a bit strange. Usually by now I've got guys crawling up my ass. Let's do mind your own business and robotic accountant overlords. We'll do 10 farm plants. We'll do intensive farming just to get another star up on it. And get 10 more mines. Actually, let's get 10 more even with that, so 30 now. So get this, we'll start to get some production going, as it were. These asteroids you can fire on and get resources out of. See? See now I've spawned them because I'm attacking asteroids and things. So you can see we're at like level 6 now for the enemies and whatnot because I'm level 5. You see they drop these chunks of gold, which is basically the moolah here. Also there is apparently there is a manager out here somewhere, but I can't tell how far away I am from him because the mini-map sucks. I assume that's another upgrade at some point. I also can't tell how much time I have. You have limited time. There we go. Alright, we found an executive. Okay, and now we've got some guys on my tail that are just level 3s. So I'm using you have to use the controller for this. I don't think you might be able to use the mouse and keyboard, but the controller is pretty much needed because it is a twin stick shooter in that regard. I'm using the one stick to fly and one stick to fire with. You can end up getting into, and this is where the game gets to be a real annoyance. Occasionally you'll get shuttles that will come up and attack you. Now apparently you're supposed to be able to fly away from them and avoid their attack, but in practice, no matter how far you fly away, they end up drawing you in. And what happens is they draw you into a static screen. The screen won't move anymore, and you have to sit there and destroy everything in order to be allowed to continue on flying around in the universe. Ooh, executive luxury item. Okay. Execs improve their mood, keep your execs happy. Okay, that explains why that one executive got pissed off and left. Alright. Do that. There are some upgrades and stuff that are out in the world here, but they all require... Oh, yep, here's the enemies incoming. So this is where I'm supposed to be able... Yep, see, you can't get away from that. You're supposed to be able to fly away from those shuttles, but it's not going to happen. So now what's happened here is I'm stuck on this screen until I destroy all the enemies. Now you think to yourself, oh, that's not too bad. And in all honesty, it isn't, except in the later levels like this, you get bogged down so much with so many things. Like every time it's not just when you get hit by weapons fire, there are enemies that will come up and just bite you. And they won't just bite you once. They'll get right up in there and basically corner you into the side of the... Like right now, these guys are being pretty forgiving, but there are enemies that will corner you and basically make it so that you can't get out of the corner. when you're on one of these screens, and you end up just getting completely stuck. You end up just dying very, very quickly and not being able to do a damn thing about it. What'll happen is you'll get into your shuttle. Oh, see, there you go. See, this is what happens. You get caught in the corners here, and you keep taking damage as you do it. Right now, my shields are still up, so I haven't taken any hull damage, but your hull damage doesn't repair until you get back to the base. So you have to be somewhat careful. Now, your shields do regen after not being hit for a couple times. For a little bit, I should say. But as you can see, it's just really just constantly just nags you here. And there's no set limit as to how long it actually takes to get out of these things. Like, it might spawn, 20 things, it might spawn 100 things. You really can't tell ahead of time. And it's getting really crazy now. Oh, and see, now I was banging into that guy and he took my shields down, so now I'm taking hull damage. And yep, see, like I said, it's a real pain in the ass. And now I managed to get through that somehow, but I'm in my escape pod now. So yeah, I gotta get back to the station as quickly as possible. I have no afterburner, so I have to just do what I can. They can draw me back into one of those battles, and then basically we're done at that point. Oh, freaking hell! And of course, the screen zooms all the way in here, so you can't see what the hell you're doing. Again, something else that I don't really particularly like. Oh, see, like that, like you just bang into things now. All right, we got back to the mother base, which is good. So that will automatically give me a new ship now, which is nice. We don't have enough money for really anything there. Let's decrease our boost cost, increase our boost speed. That would be good. Okay. Boost energy recharge rates. Some upgrades while we're doing it, while we're at it. And let's see if I can find this executive up here. I don't know how far away he is. That's the real problem. Oh, and these freaking kamikaze guys. There are ships that will actually spawn the kamikaze guys. Like right now, I'm just getting random spawns. But there are ships that will actually do it. And if you get two of them, I've had an instance where I've gotten two of them at once. On one of those static screens, you're pretty much dead at that point. There's no way to get past them because they'll just constantly spawn, and there's no avoiding them at that point. These guys aren't so bad. I don't like. This is another one of those games where it gives you a. Oh, yeah, here's one of those. Here's one of the ships that spawns them. You see how many it spawns? It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's you think about getting two of these. Yep. See, yeah, you can't even get away from them. They'll just pound you to freaking left, right, and center here, and you can't do a damn thing about it. One of the things that this game does that I hate is that, twin stick shooter, is that you have this turret, right? But you have no idea, since you're using the controller, you have no idea which way you're actually pointing. Your turret's pointing. And there was another game like this that did this. A lot of twin stick shooters actually end up doing this, which I hate. It's just, some creature comforts here. Another game was doing this, like a little multiplayer game, and they changed it to have some kind of indicator to say where your turret's pointing, and that ended up making the game far more comfortable to use. Like, it made the game far better because I could see exactly where the turret was pointing, and it didn't feel like I was just kind of aiming in the middle of nowhere here. It actually felt like I had a chance to to actually aim correctly. Oh, here's the wormhole. I haven't noticed that before. There we go. Oh, these guys. You're supposed to be able to get away from them. It doesn't work. you never can. And it gets, like I said, after a while, when you just want to get from one place to another, the game becomes really annoying about that. Like, there comes a point when you see there's like a little upgrade down there. I can't get that until I have the right... Oh, I have the right crate for it. Okay. Some of those crates, you have to find the right weapon in order to use those crates, in order to shoot those crates. And I apparently had it for that one. Yep. And it's not going to let me out of this screen either. So we're pretty much dead here. Unless I somehow pull off a miracle, which I doubt. Alright, come on. Come on. I am total focus right now. Yep, nope. That was pretty much how that goes. That is probably the most annoying part of the game, is that you won't, like, the game will just gang up on you and that's it. Like, there is no avoiding that. Like, at some point, eventually the game will just say, you know what, you've been playing for too long, we're going to just make it impossible for you to do anything. And that gets extremely frustrating. Like, it's not even like a fair fight at most times. It's just a, yeah, we're just gonna make your life miserable right now. Alright, we found investor. The lump sum moolah based on stuff and things, whatever. Okay. Soldier Fortune 500 killed 500 enemies. Okay. So we're almost to level 6. You can see kind of the main loop of the game right now. A lot of the game, if you're looking for an idle game, this might not be the one for you, because there's a lot more. The game tries to actively avoid allowing you to do the things that you would do in an idle game. Even though you have to do them, it will get you stuck out here in this twin stick shooter portion where you can't really progress until you get lucky and can get past. It's so hard to commentate because there's so much crap going on. Until you get lucky and you can get past all the fences that they keep throwing at you. Let's get down here. And all right, well, we're getting lots and lots of moolah here. Can I do anything with it? I can buy mines if I want, but I can't buy any of these because I still don't have quite enough for those. But I could buy some real estate, so let's do that. Buy some real estate. Bought 10 pieces of real estate. And still can't do a power level yet. Still need 24 farm plants among 6 different planets. This guy... Affordable housing, 100,000, huh? For affordable housing. Why won't that? Oh, because it's 10. Wait, no. That's weird. I wonder why that won't. Am I reading that wrong? 100,000. What do we have up there? Oh, we've only got 67,000. Okay, these numbers, these numbers sometimes. Okay. So that's gonna keep doing what it's doing. We've leveled up to level 6 based on the amount of moolah we've collected. And let's stop off at Earth. Yeah, these freaking enemies here. Let me try to get away from them. Nope. See? You cannot get away from them. The game flat out lies to you in the tutorial. It's like, oh yeah, you can totally get away from them. Like, no, you can't. You can't at all. Doesn't matter what you do. You can try to shoot them down. It still doesn't work. from what I've seen. It's like you're just kind of stuck here, and then this thing here, this is the thing that will trap you in a corner, and then you're basically, oh, look at this, look at how it cheats. Look at how that freaking thing cheats. See it? It like latches onto you, and then you're stuck. You can't do anything about it, and it's frustrating as hell. So if you're looking for a game that will frustrate the ever-living bejesus out of you, this is the game for you. Like I said, it doesn't have a whole lot of creature comforts. It is an idle game masquerading as a twin-stick shooter. Honestly, I'd say it's more of a twin-stick shooter masquerading as an idle game, because they really do want you to play the twin-stick shooter parts. Oh, now there's going to be 2 of them. Alright. Gotta try to stay away from their heads as much as possible. And again, I don't know if there's a set limit. Like I don't know if there's a number on the screen or something that tells me exactly how long these things are going to last. They just seem to last for a random amount of time. So I can never tell like how long I'm going to be stuck in a screen locked portion and all that stuff. The rewards are good and all that, but still, they're not as good as if I just managed to make it to a planet and just land it, pretty much. That's the way I look at that. Let's get to Earth. And then... Alright, so we got some money here. I want to buy some real estate. Let's buy the upgrade for it. And over here, we've got farm plants. All right, so I need to get that other thing with the farm plants. Let's. Does it tell me 40 buildings? It doesn't really tell. It tells me how many buildings I have, but it doesn't tell me how many of each type I have. Let's get to Saturn and see if I can try to get. Oh, actually, there's a executive down here. Oh, let's get on here. Let's get on there before that guy catches up with me. Screw that guy. I guess we could do affordable housing right now. And then what's the max I can take? 2. All right, we'll do the max. And then on that. And yeah, we're good. I'll leave that at max for now. Can I get to this guy before he runs out of oxygen? Oh, I could definitely get caught on an asteroid. These freaking things, man. I cannot. Where's this guy at? There he is. Okay. Production, consultants boost your, yeah, okay, whatever. So I found consultants now. There's managers, there's middle managers, there's consultants, there's executives. Whole lot of things that you can find here. I really, really need an upgrade to my ship is what I need more than anything else right now. Can I get to Saturn? Will they let me actually get there? They're gonna be just bastards about things. Yeah, I need better weapons, is what it comes down to. Right now. At least my boost is helping out a bit. Oh, these freaking guys. Freaking guys. Come out of nowhere. Oh, this damn enemy's incoming again. You know, this is the thing, right? This is how frustrating the game is. It's like, I got a specific thing in mind that I want to do, and the game will just constantly annoy the shit out of you the whole time. Just constantly. It won't let up until you die, which is, I mean, I guess if you're looking for, I wouldn't even call it a challenge. I would call it just an annoyance. Like, it might be challenging, But the reality of the situation is it's just freaking annoying more than anything else. The challenge in it is that everything cheats, right? It's like everything, like look at this, like they get you caught in the corner and you can't do a damn thing about it. That's not really a challenge. That's just cheating, basically. I mean, is what that is. That's not, you know, I can't really put it in any other terms besides that. And see, now I'm collecting this, and now this guy is just spawned, and I just want to freaking get out of this freaking thing here. Seriously, I'm following this whole orbital path all the way around just to freaking find Saturn, because this mini-map is beyond useless. Like, don't even freaking put it in the game if you're not going to make it even at least moderately useful. I say. But, you know, apparently, someone thinks it's useful. Alright, well, let's get over here, do this. Let's get that guy off my tail for a little bit. Alright, let's get some farm plants. There, now we've unlocked power station. Alright, that's what I was looking for. And I guess let's toggle this back to 10 so I don't use it all up on everything here. 22,000, and then all right, well, I'll come back to that. We need to get to the station. I wonder if I can pick up this guy. Oh, okay, let's not get hit by things. Got a wormhole there. Oh, see, these guys, that's the other thing, right? Is that they will spawn right in your path and you'll take damage even though they haven't fully spawned in yet. Alright, I know the ship is badly damaged. I need to get this guy. I want to pick this guy up. And then I want to get out of here. Let's get back to the station if I can. Without hitting any asteroids, that would be nice. Come on. Come on. We're almost there. It's near Earth. Alright, Mother Base. Finally. Jesus. So I'm at 120 seconds with 25% health or less. Well, that's what we did. What do we have here? Weapons. I need to upgrade. And I need 10,000 upgrade. It just never ends. It never ends, my friends. Okay, can I... Who's got... Okay, Earth has got a bunch of moolah. Let's go there real fast. Let's jump over there. Grab this. And we'll jump back to the Mother Base without putting anything down. There we go. Let's get some upgrades going here. Right, upgrade that. Power 2. Power 3. Okay, 1 million for the next one. Huh? Let's see what else we got. Machine gun. I can purchase another one. Let's see, machine gun. Let's see what I want to purchase. Let's purchase another machine gun. 9.684 million. Oh, okay. And that's a billion. That's 10 billion. 10,000 billion, honestly. Which is far more than that. Yeah. So everything is freaking so freaking expensive here. Let's see if I can pick up some money and come back to it. So like when you want to do things like this where you just want to get to your objective and back, these guys will just be a pain in your butts, in your buttocks. But basically that's the gameplay loop so far. I haven't gotten to another system yet. I have to destroy some boss in order to open up the portals, I think. So we got that. Let's go, while we're here, let's go grab some from Mercury. If we can. And grab some of that. We're almost at 1 million. What else do we got? It's about 67,000 on Earth now. Mars has got a bunch. I guess we could go there. Let's do that. Just slightly over this way. Okay, come on, come on. Alright. Mars. Now we're at 1 million. Millionaire Club. If it ain't Captain Moneybags with the bags and the shirt. Okay, this is the guy that we need to defeat. Still just Jimmy. It's come to our attention you still haven't made a fiduciary contribution to the Federation. Being this side of blackmail ain't our jam. Blackmail? Nah. Call it financial incentive for continued business in UFO's own space. How can you own space? Silence! Here on out, the Federation will be looking to downsize your operation. I saw those inverted commas. What does that mean? UFO's dreadnought's on its way, and it's going to shoot your ship. Okay, great. Okay, boss. Man your battle stations. Alright, so I got to level 6. I basically pissed this guy off enough that he's going to come after me now. Yeah, we got that. Let's see if I can get down here. Let's try to stop that battle from happening. There we go. Alright. Oh, nope, it didn't. Didn't stop it. Still continued anyway. So, assuming if I destroy this dreadnought, apparently it will unlock the next world for me to get, or the next solar system for me to go through. Be kind of nice. But not quite ready for that yet anyway. Alright, this is a pain. Oh, yep, look at this. Look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The game cheats. Look at that. That's ridiculous. And that's what you end up dealing with, is that nonsense there where all of a sudden an enemy that shouldn't be able to move that fast suddenly can move that fast. And then it traps you in a corner, which I think is a bug. I think no enemy should be able to trap you in a corner like that. That should not be allowed. It should not be allowed at all. Let's purchase this. Oh, I need 10. What do I need? 10 million? Oh, come on. So this stuff is, and the game doesn't give you the ability to really upgrade yourself to make it better. So it really is an exercise in frustration. It's, I would say, quite a bit unbalanced. Based on the amount of time that I've played it. Honestly, when you first get into it, it's like, okay, this is kind of cool. I like this. And then the game just constantly punishes you and doesn't give you a means to really get beyond it. And it's not punishing you in a way that's particularly fair. So basically at this point, I have no desire to continue playing this, which is bad because really you want people to get hooked, and I've played quite a few idle games that I've gotten hooked on, even though there's not much going on with them. But it's this one is like, it's got the trappings to bring you in. It certainly looks good. It performs relatively well, but there's just parts of it that are so, I would say borderline broken and unbalanced that it's not really worth continuing playing it. So that's what I can say right now about Vostok Inc. It is by Nosebleed Interactive and published by Badland Games. It is currently fully released out on Steam. It is $11.99 at 20% off, normally $14.99 US. Again, it is fully released, and that's about all I can muster on it, I'd say, at this point. As always, links will be down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.